in action. And we are off and running at 67 kilos. Let's talk strengths real quick, Brian. When you look at the talented Iranian, the latest prodigy in a long line of wrestlers ready to take his place, what makes him so special?
Similar to what we saw in the last bout, his parterre, and he's long and he's tall. So when he gets to a lift or when he gets to a lock, he can use his length to run somebody down and get the lock from a little bit further distance. Also on top, he's really explosive with his big locks and his big lifts.
Dragging on the right arm, had a 2-on-1 for a brief moment with ZOIDZE. GERAEI was one of 3 Iranian gold medalists this year in Japan. However, he was the only Greco-Roman gold for the country. Just exploded on the scene in 2019. He won the Asian Championship, followed it up with a World U23 title at 72 kilos. So everything was at 72 kilos in 2019. He had all sorts of momentum, and then he got hit with a pretty significant injury, a lower back injury, kept him out of the World Championships in Nur Sultan, and that one really stung him because he felt he was going to win a world title. Hit the training table, rehab, battled through the COVID-19 pandemic, forced to train at home with his brother, who we'll talk more about in a little bit. And now he is fresh off an Olympic gold, a chance to make up for lost time missing in Nur Sultan and capture gold here in Oslo.
Really smart by ZOIDZE as GERAEI put his hands on and relaxed just a little bit. ZOIDZE stood up fast because he doesn't want to be underneath GERAEI because he can lift and throw. So a very smart position by ZOIDZE to get to his feet. Now he's going to work. He won his matches today 8-1 and 11-2. He scores a lot of points from his feet with drags and with snap downs. Got a couple proper throws earlier when he got to his lock and went for his throws. Solid in his position from Georgia.
A little bit more space in this match. Here's the arm throw, and 2 is going to be the call. A quick arm throw from ZOIDZE.
So I'm confused why they called that 2 and not 4. It looked like it started on the feet and went feet to back. So what they called was 2 on the throw and 1 on the step out, where it looked to me like it was 4. GERAEI got turned for 2, then stood up, and ZOIDZE pushed him out. So that was the step out.
You could tell that's the game plan coming in for ZOIDZE. He's tried to hit that arm throw now 3 times in this opening period.
That was textbook.
A real good opening period for Rama ZOIDZE. His first senior world championship, wrestled in U23 in 2019. He's a junior world champion back in his early years, won it all in 2016. So ZOIDZE has been waiting for this moment a long time as well.
Yes, I love to watch the coaches in the corner. You have your massage guy. He did like a head massage and then an arm massage, and trying to calm his athlete down to get him prepared for the second period. Some scream at their athletes, some slap their athletes. It all depends on what that athlete likes when you're at this level.
ZOIDZE is very intense. Watching him on a couple of his earlier matches, he was ready to start there even before the referee was in position. Just leaning in with his forehead. Very aggressive. His pattern has worked. And for the second time in these world championships, the Olympic gold medalist is going to have to rally. All right, second period underway. 3-1, Georgia.
Some exciting motion on our other match as the Kazakh wrestler is down 6-0. A big old throw, head throw, and then a step out at 6-5 now over there on mat C. You mentioned GERAEI having to come back, and looking at his face and looking at his body language, he's not uncomfortable right now. He understands that there's plenty of time left. He didn't look stressed at all, and 2 points compared to what could have been an extra 2 points there and been down 4, he's comfortable.
That'll be a slip, no points. Wouldn't be surprised if they send one of the wrestlers to the corner to get dried off a little bit. Thought I saw a lot of perspiration, and now a warning given to the Georgian corner. He sat down for a second.
Yeah, he's gonna stand right back up. Interesting how they do the coaching boxes here. You have 2 boxes, and then behind them you have another coach. And Georgia over there, they're excited. They're standing up, screaming. Both of the one in the back is wrestling the match himself.
Action red.
ZOIDZE close to a step out. And they will go 1. Passivity the call. ZOIDZE gets the point and a chance to work parterre.
And you saw GERAEI had started pushing him to the edge, but they had confirmed the passivity call earlier, and you just saw the mat chairman put up his yellow card like you see in other sports. He yellow carded the coach from Georgia because they'd asked him 2 or 3 times to sit down. If he gets a red card, he's out.
And now a challenge is coming in from Iran, and they are going to challenge what in this situation would you coming off a passivity call?
I think they're saying that he was the attacking athlete, but they had confirmed the passivity well before. Let's see here if they think he might have stepped out point. And he did.
His foot is out.
His heel was over the cylinder, but his toe was still in. So I don't think they're going to confirm this challenge. Looked like his toe stayed in the mat. It's close. It's right on the edge. A good challenge. I didn't see that when it occurred.
So the question I want to ask, and this is one I've asked a lot this week, and I'm trying to understand. You got GERAEI, who is centimeters away from getting a step-out point, and in a split second later, he gets tagged with passivity.
Before he started pushing, though, they had already confirmed the passivity, 2 of the 3.
Okay.
And then GERAEI started pushing. So challenge was lost as, yeah, I agree with you. And then there's some officials who believe that those passivity calls should be reciprocal and they should have reciprocity, and I get a call, you get a call, and others think that you're just only looking for the most aggressive athlete. It's it's a little subjective.
So ZOIDZE gets the point with the lost challenge. Now he's up 5-1, trying to get into a lift position. Left side of the body, keeps his foot, keeps his knee, leg close to the body of the Olympic gold medalist. Good job underneath by GERAEI, and he is not going to give ZOIDZE any chance to get any type of additional points.
And ZOIDZE was very smart there as he stepped in positions that he could get a leg foul because we had seen a couple of fouls already. He thought maybe but he wasn't going to take any risks against the longer and athlete from Iran who catches people on their back from time to time. So he's not going to take any big risks there on top.
Not blocking, okay? Not free.
So if we see him backing away again, they'll caution him and give him 2. ZOIDZE moving forward at this point.
Yeah, keep in mind, cautions in Greco-Roman wrestling worth 2 compared to the 1 point that we see in freestyle. And out of bounds, a step out point. GERAEI will get this one. Now trails by 3, 31 seconds to go. Wouldn't be surprised maybe to see ZOIDZE get hit with that caution for fleeing. He's going to try to circle his way back. Caught on an underhook by GERAEI. Tried to throw him over. Now the two go tumbling out of bounds. Locked shoulder to shoulder. Referee says 1. It's confirmed for ZOIDZE. And just 15 seconds remaining for GERAEI.
GERAEI's head went out first. Good call. A little whizzer position.
"15 seconds. And a quick point for GERAEI.
They say he's fleeing the hold. A caution in 2 there. So now 6-4.
So that's what we were expecting with 11 seconds to go. Can ZOIDZE hang on? GERAEI applying more and more heat. Comes around the side into a quad pod. And let's see how they call this.
I think a caution in 2 is the right call. He backed to the edge of the mat and continued to back out. And that's going to give GERAEI another come from behind lead. 2 caution for ZOIDZE.
Again, this is international wrestling. You saw the referee signal just the 1, but the judge and the mat chairman said, we want the caution in 2. They overrode the referee there, and an improbable finish for GERAEI and ZOIDZE. And right now, the tension that must be in the Georgia corner. They had this match, and to see it go by the wayside with a couple of cautions. This is going to be tough to digest for Ramaz ZOIDZE.
But within the rigor of the match and within the tactics of the match, he made a mistake by backing straight out. And, you know, he should have put his head and hands on GERAEI, kept his elbows in and stayed in the center, but instead he backed away 2 times in a row and gave up 4 unanswered points. It's bad tactics.
Yeah, I said I thought we'd get a caution. I never thought we'd get 2. I mean, you had the feeling, like you said, ZOIDZE was running a little bit.
We have 2 fouls. Signal foul and continue with fleeing the hold, fleeing the mat.
The call stands. There is 1 second remaining. Tiebreaker to Iran right now. And you are seeing 2 opposite spectrums of emotion. Shock from ZOIDZE. He cannot even get up off the mat.
Coach from Iran is just so excited. That's a big smile and a feeling of just joy for the whole Iranian contingent.
He has over 176,000 Instagram followers worldwide, does GERAEI. And Iran has done it. An improbable rally. And GERAEI, after an Olympic gold less than 3 months ago, is in position to win a world gold.
Coach, I've been in that situation before as a coach. We're like, I cannot believe that just happened. I've been on both sides as an athlete and a coach, and there's no better feeling than for all intents and purposes, stealing one in that situation. But the tactic of ZOIDZE, just a bad choice and picked a bad time to have a bad time.